Hello, everyone. Let's record this last one from the Orange Book, which is the story of Hadrian's Wall. Right, first page. Ubi Romae. When Hadrian was emperor, remember you don't want to get your emperors and generals muddled up and make it vaguely sort of apocryphal in that you've got the word emperor happening before the time of Augustus, but Hadrian was indeed imperator and was certainly emperor. So when Hadrian was emperor, it could be at Rome or it could be of Rome, couldn't it? So locative or genitive. For 6 years, thwack, time how long accusative, the soldiers in Britain were building the longissimum, superlative adjective accusative, describes the direct object, and the highest, the longest and the highest wall. So the Roman soldiers, in Britain were building the longest and highest wall. Prope, near this wall, they built multa castra, neuter, adjective and noun, many camps. The Britons and the Scots will see this wall, Hadrian was thinking, and they will think, future tense, that the Romans, verb of saying or thinking, so we're looking for accusative, infinitive, indirect statement, that the Romans are potentissimos, are very powerful. With this wall having been built, in more fluent English, after this wall had been built, ablative, absolute, Avery, many soldiers were living next to the wall or near the wall. Often these soldiers were not happy. It is miserable to live near this wall, they said, present participle, crying. We are very miserable in Britain. There is always wind and cold and heavy rain. The night is longissima, superlative adjective is very long. Yesterday we were not able to see the sun. Today we are not able to see the sun. Tomorrow we will not be able, future tense, to see the sun. Numquam, we will never, future tense, see the sun. Semper, we are always cold. Semper feci, always tired. For every day we are working. We are carrying heavy bags and we are building multa, many things. We built this wall. After this wall had been built, when this wall had been built, perfect passive participle ablative absolute, when this wall had been built, we then made roads. When those roads had been built, another ablative absolute, we are now making ditches or ramparts. All the natives who live near the wall are very savage. Superlative adjective. Our wives are not here. Necesse, it is necessary for us to go to the towns and to find savage women whom, relative pronoun, we are able to love. I'm not even, who we will be able to love, rather. I'm not even going to qualify that particular sentence with any particular discussion. In these towns, there are bad pubs, and the natives are selling the worst wine. So there is their superlative adjective. Duces nostri, our leaders are liars. Again and again they say the same thing. We will give you money. Scipius, comparative adverb. However, more often, very little money has been given to us. Omni, after spending all of our money, when we've spent all of our money, ablative absolute, perfect passive participle, we are able to buy no wine, to buy no women. Hic, here, living here, next to this wall, and having no money, we are miserable. Last bit. Ali, Hordem, some of these soldiers wrote letters. We are cold. In these letters they wrote, therefore, imperative, plural, therefore send more clothes to us. It is necessary for us to have new underwear, sublacula. There are always winds, always rain, always showers maybe. We are always cold and very sad, superlative, very miserable. However, others of the soldiers were thinking other things. Although, on account of the cold and the rain, some of the soldiers were very sad. Others were laetiores, comparative adjective. Others were happier because they were thinking that the wall was, verb of saying or thinking, indirect statement, that the wall was excellent. This wall, they said, will be seen, future passive, by plurimis, by very many people, superlative adjective. This wall is longer, comparative, and better than the other walls. Perhaps for many years this wall will remain in this place, or perhaps this will remain in this place for many years, and of course it did. We talked about Hadrian's Wall and the reasons for it, probably not as being a defensive structure because there were too many entry and exit points. It was probably potentially to mark the territory, or even simply to show Roman power. And it did indeed stay for pluramos, very many years. Time, how long? Accusative, superlative, adjective. Perhaps this wall will stay in this place. Diutius, perhaps for longer than the Romans. Or perhaps it will stay in this place for a longer time, for longer than the Romans. Perhaps ubi omnes, when all the Romans are dead, future tense there. Even though we've said are in English, it's like in the future. Perhaps when they are dead, other tribes will see this wall, and on account of this wall, they will be able to understand many things about the Romans. Very well done, everyone. I look forward to seeing you next lesson.